Naomi Osaka has withdrawn from the French Open due to mental health reasons and wanting to make sure she's okay. She said before the tournament that she was not going to be speaking to the media because part of it was, getting up there after a loss and having to answer questions and sowing doubt and whatever. It's really not a good situation for her. And so they said that she was threatened with fines for if she didn't show up to her media availability after matches. She won her first round match, didn't show up, got fined $15,000, and then
15K. Wait, Naomi is the highest paid female athlete
mm-hmm,
there is. You gotta,
yes,
you gotta pump her head up before you introduce her. Now, give us her stats first.
oh
But
yeah.
keep going.
Not only that, she's the number two ranked tennis player in the world. Number two ranked
She
woman.
is, and
So
she is the girlfriend of rapper Corday, who had the Grammy-nominated debut album. I'm sorry, I love his music, but keep going.
she fine as hell too. Just throw it out there.
She's
Um,
cute.
yeah, she is. So she ended up. So she won her game, won her first match, got fined for not showing up to her media availability, and then Roland Garros as well as the other three tournaments as well. The people at Wimbledon, the Australian Open, and the U.S. Open also said, "Hey, if you don't, do your media availability, not only is the French Open gonna have their sanctions or whatever, you're gonna have problems coming to these other tournaments," which I
Can
think
I?
was just shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, but I say, can I pause you real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't they mind their business?
Right.
Ain't got nothing to do with y'all.
Right.
This could be a isolated situation.
Yeah.
You don't know. She could really be going through it. You don't know. This ain't
Right.
got nothing to do with y'all. And y'all done all came out and said something. For
Right.
what?
Like who?
This ain't your.
Nobody
This
was
ain't your
talking.
open.
Right. This is the French Open we're talking about. So after that happens, Naomi Osaka withdraws from the French Open after her first match. She gave a long, lengthy statement. I won't read it all to you, but she's pretty much saying that she's been dealing with mental health issues for a while, essentially stemming from the U.S. Open final against Serena back in 2018, which was highly publicized. And just since then, she says she has anxiety talking to the media, being in those situations. She does seem like that kind of girl that, like, she's out here to play tennis and not really do. She deals with other stuff, but she's out here mostly to play tennis and just have fun doing what she loves to do. And you can even see it in some post game press conferences, like even on the court, like she doesn't like talking that much. Um, and so this happens, and people have been coming out like on both sides of it. Some come,
Wait.
go
To
ahead.
my journalist friends out there, she also apologized
Yes,
to all the young journalists that really wanted to interview her.
yes. And even
So
she even
really
said
sympathetic.
she could have handled it better because I don't think she contacted the people at Roland Garros first. She just kind of said it on her own social media without having a conversation with them, which I guess would have been a nice courtesy if you want
Oh,
to.
for sure.
Yeah, it would have been at
For
least a
sure.
courtesy to be like, hey, look, guys, I'm letting you know before I post this, before this becomes a news story. I'm not. I would like to not speak to the media. That could have worked something out. And again, the major shooting yourself in the foot of all the other tournaments, joining in with them saying, "Hey, you're gonna not be able to play at Wimbledon if you don't talk at the French
Like,
Open."
this is not
Like
your
nobody
Grand
was talking to
Slam.
you. Right, like you said, this could have been done and dusted in Paris, and everybody could have gone about their business.
Exactly.
Um, but so there have been conversations about this for the past few days, and we've seen it from both sides. You have other athletes, other tennis players saying it's part of the job, which technically it is. It's part of the job that they want you to talk to the media, yada yada yada. But then it's also what's most important, and what's most important is people's mental health. And we've finally got to a point in society where mental health is not such a it's being destigmatized. Like people are understanding that you need to get help, you need to get therapy, you need to be able to go see somebody and talk about what's going on with you. And like we said, Naomi said she's been dealing with this since 2018 in September when she played against Serena in a U.S. Open final, which got highly publicized because of the quote unquote cheating and Serena getting the points docked and the racist cartoons that came out after that. And that kind of proved her point where something happens and the media kind of runs with it. Some run with it in the wrong way, and you see what they can do to people, and you see what they can do to certain situations. And granted, I think it was Venus Williams that said it. She just deals with it differently because she knows she's Venus Williams. And hey, she came out
And
the
I
boss move.
know,
I know.
she said,
Look, if you want to get
I
on the
know
court with
can't
me,
none
you
of y'all beat me.
right. So that's how she deals with it.
I know can't none of y'all hold y'all weight when it come to me on this tennis court.
Right.
I know can't none of y'all step up and even return a serve from me.
Right.
I know can't none of y'all.
I believe her.
Can't none of y'all.
I believe her quote was, "Y'all can't hold a candle to me." So yeah. So that's how
Y'all
Venus.
don't deserve to be on the same tennis court as me. Y'all deserve to be in the same building as me. That's what Venus said.
Exactly what she said. So you
Let
got.
them know, sis.
So you've had that. You've had people who are just like they just deal with it. Some people it doesn't affect them. Some people like being in front of the camera and like to just talk about it and get it out of the way. That's great. But I think people who are saying it's part of the job and just deal with it need to understand it's part of the job, yes, but there's a certain part of everybody's job that make them uncomfortable, and yes, they deal with it, but they shouldn't have to deal with it when it makes them so uncomfortable that their mental health is getting compromised or getting challenged because somebody wants an answer. Naomi's not saying she'll never talk to the media again. That's not what she said. She's saying right now it's best for her to not do that. And it's also, again, best for her to not be playing at Roland Garros right now because it's causing a distraction and it's messing with her.
See, I see both sides of this situation. So I definitely, for sure, see Naomi Osaka's side because your mental health is important. I've seen, because Corday, I love her boyfriend. I love his rapping. I love his songs. Great rapper, great storyteller, great freestyle. I'm sorry. Anyways, I watched some of his stuff. Like, well, they're going to interview him and whatnot, and Naomi is with him, and she is very shy. Like, sometimes it sounds like she's whispering. I've seen that in interviews. I was like, okay, she shy, okay. Yeah. So I definitely can get how it affects her mental health and how she, it's just a lot for her. She said her anxiety gets to her in those types of situations, and sometimes it's too much. And I understand that, girl. Take care of your mental health, for sure. But I also understand the tournament side as well. Because this girl, in my opinion, Naomi Osaka is someone who really is like, hey, this is for my mental health. But if you let her do it, and you're the tournament, you got to let all these other athletes do it. Now, you have this tournament which is entertainment, people get paid to see, but then the athletes don't want to talk afterwards. So we just put on this big tournament and pays you all this money, and now you don't want to do the rest of the job and speak to the people. So I see both sides because some people could be like, oh, I don't feel like speaking to them today, mental health day, and they really just don't want to talk to them because they just lost to something. So I get both sides.
And I see what you're saying. I do see what you're saying, but when it comes to Naomi, when it comes to Serena, Venus, Sloane Stephens, the bigger names or whatever, for them it's not the same. I hate to say I hate that it's not a blanket thing across the board, but Naomi Osaka, or if you want to take it to the men's game, Roger Federer, Rafa Nadal, are here, all the way at the top. Everybody's not them. There are a lot of people who are ranked 100, number 50. You probably need to talk to the media to get your name out there. But I guarantee you the tennis world will survive with Naomi Osaka coming out, kicking people's ass, and then just going about her business. We see what's going on. Like honestly, here's the thing. You look at like the networks and stuff, the ESPNs, the Fox Sports, or whatever, CBS. We see the game. Like we saw the match. Like we see how great she is. How many of us actually tune in afterwards to see what they have to say to the media? Not that many. They don't show press conferences and press conferences and stuff on TV that often because they're not that important. We see them after big games like the Super Bowl and stuff, or like an NBA Finals when LeBron walks out. But like outside of that, we really don't see him that much. So I get it.
Okay, but you also have say these local papers or well, not local papers, but these digital sites and stuff who write these articles, and they need sound bites. You also have the network. Say you have a game on say ESPN, and ESPN is paying you for, airing this here, or, what I'm saying.
Yes.
And then their requirement is, okay, our reporters get access, blah, 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 and then you can't grant them access.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Yes. I hear you.
So I see it. Oh, I get what you're saying. We don't watch post game, whatever. But some of the best post game sound bites have been from situations where they would not want to be there. Serena Williams. Mm-hmm. Some of the best post-game sound bites in her career came after a very frustrating loss where I can guarantee you she didn't want to be there. Or at least she did and she wanted to sound it off.
One of them came after a win. You're right.
Right. Those are the best sound bites to get. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I get both sides. I understand homegirl, and I am definitely for. I was telling somebody at work today, listen, your health, when it comes to your health, forget this job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have to leave, you need to leave for your health and your family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I see why they would want her, because I'm sorry, but these interviews, they're in contracts. Like, to do things a certain way, doing press afterwards are in contracts.
Yes.
They make money that way. Like, that's just how it is.
And I
understand.
Yeah.
And if say they did it to where players could opt in and out of a post-game thing, then do we start seeing that in the NBA? Because the NBA, those post-game, everybody see those.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we start seeing it in the NFL? I necessarily don't watch any post-game interviews from the NFL, because what's the point? I just watch that long football game. But I'm just saying, do we see it coming from other sports as well? I mean, Marshawn Lynch, he started it. He didn't want to talk to nobody. Yeah. This man said, I'm here so I won't get fined. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, though. I get it, sis. Protect your mental health. I get it. But I also do understand why they're trying to flock to try to figure out, what to do.
What she said. Hey, look. Like I said, I see your point. I'm just saying, a lot. We watch, like, if it's a big match, we'll see the post-game thing that they do on the court. But as far as everybody's local paper in the back room of the stadium, we don't want to see all that. We don't stay to watch all that.
Listen, Serena's sound bites came from them. Pause. The sound bite with Vina, like, y'all can't step to me. Y'all ain't got y'all not ready for this.
Yeah.
That was what? A post-game press conference, correct?
And speaking. And
Venus, what? Speaking what?
Oh no, I just have one post game soundbite to close us out today. So just go ahead.
I just want to say, I am so proud of Venus. Venus, they done disrespected you your whole career. Because you ain't on the level Serena is, people try to downplay your ability. You still one of the best tennis players of all time.
Wouldn't think to step on the court with him.
Still, Venus can beat the majority of. I say Venus could be in her prime. When she was in her prime, she could beat 98% of the players that play professional tennis. You know who the 2% was?
Her sister,
and somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay, the girl that was taking roids, okay?
Sharapova.
Sharapova.
Who they tried to compare Sharapova and Serena, and it was like, it's not even close.
Nah.
Serena's beating her 95 times out of 100. Shut up.
Right.
Stop comparing them.
So,
Although,
she was taking drugs.
Exactly. The best soundbite, though. Best thing we got from a post-game interview. The anniversary just came up. LeBron in that post-game after J.R. Smith didn't go back up with the ball. And he walked out with the, hey, just be better tomorrow. One of the best post-game press conference exits ever.
This man had on suit shorts.
Dress
shorts.
Hey.
I'm sorry, y'all.
And I bet that cost more than I see in a year, too.
Yes. He had a Richard Mille on, y'all. I bet that Richard Mille he had on
more
his
than
press game
in
conference was like $600,000.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to have to look at what it was. But, yeah, LeBron James, boss. Y'all. Pay his fashion game some respect, too. Homeboy be dressing.
I would hope with that kind of money he does.
Yes.
I would hope with that kind of money he does.
But yeah.
Can't be that rich and be looking like a bum.
True. Get you a stylist. You know what I'm saying?